Perfect. Let's get started. The offer unbundle method. What we're going to do is we're going to show you how to increase an articulating value at a different component of your service offerings. So then you can either sell more offer or services within your firms and increase your fees. And the goal is to be able to extend the total value per customer. So often we're having a client that you do a bit of compliance work or ad hoc advisory, but then there's so much more demand that inside of your client's head, their wealth or their businesses, but because we're not be able to clearly articulate in the ladder what's possible or what else they can buy, so they can only buy what they know, but we haven't been able to show them what's possible and additional opportunities so they can buy more. As I said, it's actually easier to add more value, to sell more stuff to the people that you know, if there's demand, as opposed to be getting a new trust. And that's what this method is about. It's going to be allow you to make a lot more money without doing any marketing, getting more new clients. And quite frankly, a lot of accounting firms or advisor firms actually leave money on the table because they're not be able to unbundle well and articulate it at different components. So let's get started. This is my goal. I want to show you exactly how to repackage your services and articulate value, sell more, and help you build a highly profitable business. And even though you've been doing everything for everybody, and that's what I'm hearing, like I'm just doing everything for everybody, and I just feel like I'm not charging enough, especially with the new legislation that's coming out. There's a lot of work compliance we're going to put in place. So how do we ensure that our time is worthwhile and is actually a profitable business to run in the accounting, bookkeeping, CFO advisor world? Okay, you can achieve this without fear of spending tons of time. One of the issues that if we do more, then I'm really burning out. I can't do more. I'm going to show you exactly how to make more, but without doing different random services. And so then you can still get result of charging more without getting burnout, right? It's not about just doing more because I've already capped the capacity, but doing it without getting burnout. That's very, very important. So I think you should expect to save months, if not years, to figure this out yourself. And when I say this, I think I mean it because we've been collective of hundreds of firms in the past and pack all that together to present to you guys today. Now, bit of a disclaimer, you will need to unbundle your skills to match your offer. And what I mean by that is each advisor will have a different skill set. Some are really good at articulating how to help people to build wealth through tax and structure advisories. Other people are really good at SMSF. Other people are really good at business growth and profitability cash flow. And so because you've got different skill set, but also your team capability are different. So that's something that we need to customize to think about. This is all sounds good. What should I choose to unbundle and what should I offer on top of what I have? And what you don't want to do is model what everyone else is doing because they may have a complete bookkeeping department that sets up really well. You may not. So carefully consider what should be included as part of your package. So you need to choose right off and ensure they have the right capability and team to do so. Producing certain advisory that probably only need a skillful people like yourself to perform. Some of the compliance ad hoc project advisory can be performed by other people. So while you choosing the type of service you produce, it's important to ensure that your business model can scale with whatever that you're offering. Okay. It's not about just that's offering more, that's making great cash over the next 3 months. And it's like, I can do it, but everything gets stuck because my team wasn't built for that. Okay. Especially if you are somebody that wanted to transition from a working inside the business, being a great advisor accountant, to actually working on a business, being a CEO. So not just considering your skill set, but considering how other people can work with you, it's very important for you to choose your right offer and packaging it. And so you can build a highly profitable practice required hard work. And without saying, well, I know that, got to be able to articulate your value to your clients and your internal team well for this to come through, right? That's probably a little bit disclaimer I want to put out there. So if you're going to stay until the end of it, you're going to get this worksheet. So no one else will get this if they're not attending live. And so I built everything for you. You can just take it away and plug it into your business right away. So who's this for accountant, bookkeeper, CFO, business advisors, and looking to hire more client that you can actually add more value and charge a premium fees, and also running a highly efficient delivery model to gain maximum profit. Okay, if that's you, you're on the right spot. If that's not you, then this is not going to be for you. So here's a model we have inside our $1 million practice community. We have a track, convert, scale. The way we're getting client, the way we convert client, the way we scale your business model, your deliverers in your team, KPI them. And this particular module sits right here, how to craft your offer, which either it's going to be bundled together or unbundled. I'm going to divide it into different pieces so you can see which method fits you the best. Okay. One thing I do want to mention is that your support system can be only efficient if you have the right offer. Okay. If your offer and your service are random, it's going to be very hard to build a very systematic support delivery system. Okay. Just any company, if you're producing so many different kind of product at a randomness, you almost like have to have a really randomness on the back end to support the randomness of the input. Okay. And so the way to fix your efficiency, there's one way is like, getting some good tools and AIs and softwares, and you can plug it in, and you can get your ASIC sorted, you can get your ATO Mac, get your lodgement sort of stuff sorted, but like that's the tactical stuff. The strategic position is what I'm actually doing for my client, and then the tactical stuff is how to automate and systemizing that on the back end. So this is 80% what you can experience in terms of efficiency and increase your fees. The tools and template are the 20%, what makes the efficiency of what you promise your client to deliver. A little bit about me. I know I might be repeating this, but for those who don't know me, this is me been coming to Australia 2002 with absolutely zero English, been given a name. People say, what do you want? The name, they gave me a name like Michael, Kevin, Simon, and taxi, and I'm true Simon. Thought that's pretty cool. That's how I got my name when I come in. And graduate master of accounting in 2010, started my own advisory. Back then I was working for Westpac. I was top 2 advisor among hundreds and others, and later I got fired. I kind of got fired and resigned the same day because wasn't enjoying the culture and couldn't play the politics. I was performing, but I couldn't get promotion, and I've asked to promote. They told me that it's timing role, and I go, how do I make money in this country? Do I do it myself, or do I work for someone else? So that's how I started my business. Back then, I was start cold calling, running started with a financial advisor practice. We did a 400,000 first year, then 700,000 second year, win the award of the year for the advisor, and then we built $1.2 million 2017. We sold that at 2.5 multiple revenue, got a BFF group, built financial freedom, and be able to send our kids to private school, travel, all that stuff. I know you're not here for this, but so you're talking to someone who achieved certain results. And this is our office at Barangaroo. And we built 2 7-figure businesses over the last few years. Okay. And helped over 450. Right now, probably around about 480 accountant, bookkeeper, CFO, financial advisor, consultants. Here's some of the brands I work with across Australia. We've got probably 5-10% overseas. 90% to 95% is Australian-based businesses. Okay. Client 60K new business in 40 days. Referral from only referral to online business, 80,000 high-value clients, 60 days. Transition from compliance to value advisory, gaining $100,000 worth of fees. Start loving the work from a bookkeeping to become advisor. Sign up with 8 new clients in 2 months. Add a 20K business 60 days. Transition from hourly rate to monthly fixed pricing. And here's tons of other results that we got for clients. And there's hundreds and others. Cool. So in the hope that now that you're talking to the right people. And here's what we're going to cover today in 3 key strategies. Number 1, how to add more services. We're going to break down how much money left on the table when adding those services, and how to actually implement 6 different packages literally this week into a business. Okay. So you got a different price point, different value for each different packages. I'm going to show you how to increase your fees, why people pay for value, not higher fees, and how to instantly increase the value of your services. And so therefore you can raise the fees for the right reason. Number 3, how to enhance client relationship, and why people are happy to pay more towards the businesses and wealth, and how you can build an offer letter journey so people can engage to buy more for years to come. You can provide years of different value chain and making more fees on the back of it. Okay. Here's some of the problems I talk about it, just so we all on the same page. Number 1 is your service support system That's the expectation. 1 second. Your service support system sets the expectation that you will give an equal amount of attention to all clients. Not all clients are the same. Yeah. Because your client expects you to do everything for them. And you are doing everything for everybody without charging for it. And this results in huge unprofitable activities within your delivery system. And third, you are providing advice, but people are not appreciating the value as they think this is a part of what they are paying for, which is not true. And so you end up with forever busy schedule, and you and your staff will burn out with low profit. One of the big issues is how we're going to look after our staff. And so if your staff just continue busy doing the work and not feel valued and not charging enough and not getting paid enough, it's all because we don't have the right offer and structure in the first place. And so that leading to a wrong culture and leading to people leaving. And look after people is one of the most crucial. I was producing another video talk about what kind of business we're in. If you look at Big Four and McKinsey consulting firms, where literally are training recruitment agents or businesses. The ability for you to actually attract and retain talent is the goal for you to be able to scale your business. And to do that, you got to be able to show the value to the staff, to clear the offer, what we're doing, increase the fees, and less of time burning out deliverability. That's how you're going to retain them and how you're going to grow to get in return on human capital, which is not a topic for this, but it's very important how we engage with our staff, and especially yourself if you're just busy working. And here's some opportunities. Number one, you have a clear-cut support system for economy, premium, and business class clients, and sets the right expectations from the get-go. This will not only ensure clients are happy due to the right expectations, but also encourage them to purchase more due to the segmentation of the offer. So they can see what they're buying now, what they're not buying, but be able to see that through, and the opportunity to be able to purchase more through that different classes, different level. Okay. Should they want to get a premium support or they want to get a basic support? Do they want to buy a new product or just stay in the old product, right? It's going to dive into that shortly. And you put a price tag and everything outside of your packages, so people have opportunity to purchase more if they wish, and this obviously results in significant higher profit. So the more you break down your offer, the more value it shows, and then that leads to much higher perceived value from your offerings, okay? And so you end up with a high profit machine where 20% of your client produces 80% of your profit, and this will allow you to either upgrade or downgrade your clients accordingly, okay? Again, for those who attend late, if you're going to stay until the end of it, we're going to give you a complete cheat code by being able to plug a pre-made offer right into your business. This is not going to be available for people who are watching and replay. So make sure that you're worth your time if you're the one that's showing up. Now, let's talk about bundle and unbundle. Bundle is you get to pick what different services you have available, and you get to pick that and productize together into one premium product. And so you can demand a higher fees for that bundle. Okay. Restaurant does it, telecommunication, like Telstra, like they do it. All right, they bundle all the time. Okay. So you can charge a premium fees by putting the right ingredients so you can calculate your profitability, how to deliver that bundle, that package. Or you can unbundle, or you call it unpack. Okay. And so then people can actually buy different satellite of the service offering, and therefore it can be still profitable. So they both are viable strategies, okay? So both strategy makes money. It comes down to your business model and your skills to deliver, okay? If you want to running a very lifestyle practice, you probably just wanted to be able to bundle something well and deliver something very linear, okay? And as your firm grows, you want to say, hey, now I want to add more value without getting tons more clients. And then you can add a whole bunch of unbundled stuff. You can add more stuff to it, okay? Or if you're busy doing a couple $1 million a year already, you go like, I'm not making enough money from my clients. And that may be time to unbundle what you're servicing into 10 other pieces so you can sell each piece on its own to make more money. Okay. It comes down to your business revenue, whether you kind of, beneath $500,000 or like above mil, but also it comes down to your skill sets and your team. What model do you believe and what you enjoy, right? If you want to scale a monster business, let's look at a biggest. Let's use Big Four as an example. They will have the bookkeeping departments. They will have probably not so much bookkeeping, but like some of those work on that. They have the advisory, they have M&As, they have the auditing department. So each one of the offer being completely unbundled, and they have the vertical specialization in each one of the departments. And then almost each department is running a profitability business model on its own. And that's how they expand the total value for the clients. Okay. Now, let me take you quick tour to a food industry. Now, I believe the food industry has much more complex business and lower profit compared to our service-based businesses. They have the ingredient, they have the raw materials, they have the people have to cook and people have to prepare, people have to ship the food and people have to serve the food and the way they're promoting it. So there's so much more in the food industry, which normally result in lower profit. Okay, but some of the restaurants, and they're doing really well. I want to give you a few examples, and I just wanted to get you to start thinking differently about what you're offering. Now, on the left-hand side of it, I've got the unbundle for profitability. On the right-hand side, I've got bundle for profitability. If I look at the left-hand side, it's McDonald's. A lot of accounting firms that we work with, they kind of like, hey, you pay me these fees, I do the tax return for you. I feel like they're going to get everything. It's almost saying, I'm running McDonald's, you pay me $3,000 a year, you get everything you want. Every time you make an inquiry, you don't have to pay for it. Every advice you make an inquiry, you don't have to pay for it because it's all part of it. Okay. And the way to do that, you're missing a lot of money on the table because even McDonald's, you have your package, you got your burgers and chickens, burgers and beefs, and then you have your sub stuff on the side of order. Each one of them, you add a different price tag to it. Okay, so you just don't want to offer everything for one price because you're not making enough profit, because each one of those things will take you energy multitasking within that whole basket. On this side of it, you have fine dining. A fine dining is allow you to choose what my skill sets are. Like each fine dining are different. The chef is picking what they believe to be the best skills they have to produce the type of experience of food they want. How do I want to package my things within that package that's called $250 a meal? And so then you can demand a premium fees and premium experience for the premium client that you're looking for, which is how you can bundle that together to charge for that. Now, each model works, but even the fine dining that you notice that they segment the clients. They could have a la carte at a kind of a particular date. For example, they have a very different experience on a Friday to Saturdays. And then Monday could have a Monday package like $150 a pack, or a Tuesday have a Tuesday experience. So even though they're understanding that each different client who are experiencing on a Friday, Saturday, they're looking for different experience and different kind of premium services, and compared to people want to enjoy experience on Monday, Tuesday, which is at a different kind of client avatar. Okay. And for your clients to think about it, some people want to grow wealth, some people want to grow some profit, and other people just want to be able to, consult with you on the general business inquiries. Okay. And so understanding what sort of client that you work with and how to package your things that deliver the experience and needs and wants for the particular group of people that you're serving, which is very, very important. So you can price well and you can deliver well within that pack. Okay. So there's two examples for that. So how do I get started? That all sounds pretty good, but sounds very complex, right? There's a lot of stuff in it. I'm going to make it really, really, really simple for you. I'll call it the call and satellite approach. The investment manager uses a lot of this approach where you have your call, which is producing the majority of your money, and you build your call support system within what produces the main return for the fee that you charge. Okay. Then you're going to have your satellite, which is everything else, adding as a premium, which you don't have to spend a lot of effort, but you can make it tons more money without spending much more time, which is additional advisories, additional services on top of your call. Okay. So understanding this is what producing, this is your machine, your core support system, because you don't want to have a support for everything, therefore that you lose efficiency, right? So we're going to figure out what's your core, what's your non-core, which is to make your premium so you can add more value to the client without you doing much to increase the margins. So that's how you think about it when you design your offer. So very simple 3-step. Step 1, pick your core offer. This is simply going to be either your compliance or advisory as a core offer. Okay. And then you're going to add everything else to be the satellites around the core. Right. So if you are, if you compliance businesses, your compliance is a core offer, you may have 2 or 3 accountants and just producing that as kind of like what you need to do for compliance purposes and adding advisor, everything else as your satellite. If you're CFO business advisories or you just want to actually get like 15 clients that pay you $3,000 a month, I'm making a EBITDA of 65-70%, have a $500,000 business or even 750, then your advisory will be your core, okay? And everything else you sell outside of the advisory package is your satellite to add an additional premium to it. Okay, that's step 1. That's very easy for you to figure out yourself. Okay, so I want you to think about, do you want to choose compliance on advisory as your core and everything else as satellite? Second, you need to build your core offer support system. And so you build your support system based on economy, premium, and business class, because we don't want to provide exact same services to people who's not profitable for us, the same as people who are profitable for us, right? Want to give a higher attention, more value-added services for the same offer you're presenting, but at a higher support for those. But the same offer you're presenting, if they don't pay you a lot of fees or they are unprofitable client, you want to lower the classes so you provide them the basic. Okay, so the same core offer. So now you design your core offer. Now you then vertical that to 2 or 3 layers of how you want to support them differently. And that's how you're going to gain efficiency. You and your staff are producing your hourly rate for the right profitable client and the right profit activities, and producing less activities for people in the economy class. Okay, the economy class people can upgrade should they choose to. They don't have to, but we're going to set the gate goal so they're going to get a different experience. Okay, step 3, we're going to build your satellite offer menu. This is where you'll be unbundle everything that you're currently doing for free. Okay, that should be paid into ad hoc or project-based services. Okay, provide all the ad hoc advice, things like could be, name an example, could be like FBTs, division 7As, whatever that might be happening. Like if something that it's complex, slightly complex, just to tax return lodging stuff, I'm just making an example. You want to park that as a separate thing, separate tools. You could include that to your premium packages, but for the basic, you got to park all that outside so people can choose to pay those things like asset protection, etc. So you put a price tag to it. Okay, let me repeat. 3-step, pick a core offer, simple, compliance advisory, build your core offer support system, basic, premium, and private, business class, and build a satellite, which is the service offering outside of that, and put a price tag on it so you can start charging for things that you did not charge in the past. That is simple 3-step. The offer unbundle method, okay? Why do it? Why do I do it? We want to show more value. I want to sell more services so we can make more money, quite frankly, and I can extend the total value per customer. Okay, instead of each client that you make $2,000 a year, you want to get the point where you can make $10,000 a year or even 15 or 20. Over time, a lot of people try to sell them everything on the get-go. It's hard sell. The goal is to work with somebody for a engagement and interested and continue stack on top of that. And why do I do it? Because more professional missing opportunity to earn more by not adding value to the client. Client initially come for a specific reason, but over time, their needs and desire evolve. However, many service providers continue to focus on the initial problem from 1, 5, even 10 years ago. So if you don't proactively offer services to support the growth, they will look elsewhere. Yeah. And most of us can actually do more, but the client don't know that because you've just been so busy offering what you've been promising a long time ago. So there's a missing gap between what they want and what additional thing you can offer. And they're seeking for more. Okay. And you may not have effective communicate various options available to them. So including when and how they can benefit from your services. So there's a gap between the engagement between us and client. Note that upgrading existing client is generally easier than acquiring new ones when the expectation is set well. Okay. So what do we do about it? The Unbundle of the offer requires a redesign of your service manual so that you can actually achieve 3 key objectives. Number one, I'm going to help you to build the offer letter, which is talk about the core and the satellites. Now, once built, what we need to do is we need to train your team to ensure that your entire team have a clear understanding of different offers available to the client and how client can benefit from them each stage of the client journey. Okay, what they need to get now, what they can get in the future. Once built, train your staff, yourself, so you're clear when you communicate with the client. So, hey, I know you're getting this, you don't want that stuff, but we actually have that, remember? That's actually going to help you with that. Is that something you want to consider? Easy upsell. Second is going to integrate your product into the client journey, especially from the onboarding setups. Okay. Once your client bought a package, I want you to do some take return. Okay, fine. I can take that over. As soon as you take that over, or the time you take that work over, you can just take that over to win a client. You don't want to really confuse them to offering everything on the beginning. But once they engage with the first offer, straight away, you can do a set meeting, show, hey, this is what you got now, right? Well, after they engaged, this is what else are we offering? Okay, not that you have to buy anything. It may not be everything relevant and actually benefit for you, but here's what you, potentially you can benefit. And here's how we work with the client on the journey, okay? That set the seed for the expectation for the ongoing journey to be upsell and cross-sell. The best time to see that is when client onboarded, okay? Not 5 years later. I'm gonna show you a table of the offer letter in a second. So once you build your core, okay, now we're gonna build your core support system. So we're going to train people on, again, how to communicate with client on an offer upgrade. So if you on an economy class, you said, I want this stuff, well, you can either pay them separate at a price point, or you can jump into the business class, which are these different packages. So now because the client, your staff know, and you know, the client option to choose. Want to make sure that you embed on your website, so you update your website for a better presentation of the offer. A visual will make it really clear for the customer. For yourself, we have to remind it all the time. We're very forgetful human beings, and your staff to be all clear on the one page. That's a beautiful thing to do. Number 3, put into CRM system. So implement your offer letter into your CRM and dashboard, so people can choose, is this guy A client, B client, or C client? Okay. And so, okay, he calls me, but he's not getting that services. So you can still sort of support and doing the basic support, but you know how to give attention to what price profitability that you make to each client. And so you can play the 80-20 rule to continue getting efficiency and making more profit. Okay, that's built your support system. Number 3, you're going to build your satellite manual. So we're going to unbundle everything for free, putting a price tag, and you're going to build a manual table and put a price tag to it. Okay. Now let's get into it. How? Now, the way you're generating high fee through a stage of your offering depends on the initial client acquisition journey. Okay, each client journey naturally progresses through what we call the offer ladder. And this progression starts with purchase something relatively inexpensive or urgently wanted in the first place, moving towards investing something more costly and important, which is what client truly needs. Okay, if you sell advisory, obviously you can sell a premium fee, that's call it 2K a month. Okay, but most of you guys have a large client book, they're probably coming with a compliance, a need, or urgent something to get it solved. And so we're going to be able to gradually moving that. So they're typically 3 kind of letters, okay? Now you have a compliance. Hey, can you do my tax return? Yeah, cool. And then we're going to show them from compliance where they can go. Some people say, I'm looking for tax advice. Okay, from there, you show them where they can go. Other people, I want to look at the business growth. How can you help me to grow my businesses? Okay, advisory, business advisory. Let's put a business advisory there. It's not confusing. And okay, so you get the business advisor, and now you can get this, this, and that. So how to upgrade from business advisor, because you get client different needs, want to make sure that we don't confuse them, because each point of progression differently. Again, it comes down to what is your call. If your call is compliant, use compliance offer letter. If your call is business advisory, you use a business advisor letter. So your call is always at the start, and you satellite additional manual on the back. So naturally progress from there. Okay. Choose one of the call letters where majority of clients is at. For example, if you have a done compliance monster client, use the compliance offer letter and start upgrading client from there. The more stage your client goes through within the offer letter, the greater value you provide them, results in high fees. However, if you don't have offer, if you don't have to offer every stage to everyone, but they are available as options and providing a menu of choice for your client to consider. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. So we now know important why do we do it. We know what we're gonna do, which are 3 things, and let's talk about the how-to. So let's look at the compliance offer letter. We'll have the left side, we'll have why do we do it, what we do, when do we do it, how do we do it, the price to do it, and the return that what you're paying. Okay. A lot of people come to you if they have a messy book and everything just wrong. You don't want to go just charge a compliance, okay, to lodge in the tax return, because there's a lot of time that goes into solve their issues. That could be a solve urgent need, a quick win project, right? It could be cleanups, chart accounts, automation, books, etc. It could be amendment. It could be just a preparation, whatever it might be. Okay. So if there's work required on that, you can charge a one-off fee to get them engaged. Just get the immediate thing solved, and that way they're engaged. Okay. And you obviously charge according to the needs or wants of that particular project. It could be cleanup, getting ATO away. That's kind of the return that you get as a benefit what you're paying. The second could be your compliance. Whatever name you want to call it, it's got a complete compliance care. Stage 2, got a proactive tax accounting. That's year 1. So you got your compliance, tax, and support. Okay. Again, we're going to talk about the ingredients in terms of what support you give in the second, where we're actually going to build your support system, and each person should get a different support. So your basic tax returns, ATO correspondence, your tax compliance, planning, structure advice, and the different kind of support they provide on that. Okay, you can upgrade yourself in details. The next one's going to be know your numbers. Okay, what do we do? It's time-saving bookkeeping. Okay, so you have your bookkeeping, you have your current reconciliation, and you have an APR management. Whether or not that's part of it, that's not a question, but you can list there on your website, because the price point at the beginning is saying from that plus $300 a month plus GST per month. And so if the compliance and keep ATO happy, save 10,000 annual tax savings, the bookkeeping is going to be saving hours per month or per week, depends on the clients. And to get your numbers right, so you know your numbers, we'll get it all done for you. The next one is get your cashed up. Okay, what we do is financial reporting, KPIs. So you got financial reporting, KPI reporting, and you give them account management support. You have a dedicated manager. Obviously, if you're doing advisory, you should either yourself or manager kind of providing that. And you look at the profit loss, cash flow report, forecasting, budgeting, etc. You use various different tools, which is another topic. We'll have an advisory, how to package advisory, which is separate training. You can search, but this is just going to list how you can package that up. And that could be $1,000 a month. That will then get the data insight and number-driven business. Okay. The next part is going to be your CFO business advisory, where you look at the profitability improvement, cash flow, business project map, called accountability, management accounting, monthly management meeting, operational KPIs, and other financial KPIs. You don't have to include everything. You can pick and choose. Business management, performance management, business management report, scenario planning, annual profit plan, annual business planning. And that could be anywhere from $1,500. You could charge $2,000 or $3,000, $4,000 a month, but the basic starting point is that. And so after you get your ATO desk sorted, you will then get your bookkeeping sorted, so you save time, get your numbers right. Then I'm going to give you insight data, use number to drive your businesses. then I'm going to help you to increase your revenue profit and take a day off because I can become a virtual CFO to work with you. The lastly is going to be achieve financial freedom. Most people, whether it's employee or in business, they just don't want to work. The only reason they work when I'm producing profit and revenue, the reason when to do that is they want to be able to bring money back home and build a wealth for themselves. A lot of accountants that work with that specialize in build financial freedom make tons more money than just a compliance accountant. Shift your mindset from a reactive, passive, past advice to like future advice, because you get to pick additional capital gain tax savings, unit trust to trick entities, using bucket companies, how to actually project in land taxes, everything else kind of in future, and use the future wealth model. Like if I think that your portfolio is going to be $10 million in 10 years from today, your business is going to be worth about $5 million, and you're going to sell your business and assets and retire. What can we do to structure according to capital gain tax exemptions? How to use different structure to minimize future taxes the next 10 years rather than just tax planning, which is within the next 30 days or 40 days, 60 days. So that's to help them achieve financial freedom and grow the passive income, systematic savings, structured debt, understanding the cash flow, structured wealth, leveraging good debt, generate passive income, build family wealth plan, implement some risk protections, and show them how to use tools. We have another training called a premium program showing how to use tool to build a property portfolio. Again, we don't sell any property, but we show them how the depreciation, the models, the interest rate, all through software. So you can clearly articulate a wealth positioning and sell more structure and support them to make sure they have more wealth than they started working with you. For that, one-up fee plan, you could be charging like $300 or $3,000 a strategy, and then they can still compliance with you and then they can start enjoying their life, right? So that's how you move people from compliance all the way through to how to achieve financial freedom. Then you're going to have, I'm probably going to skip the tax offer, because tax offer just obviously, do a tax session. They're paying for, collect document, review the tax, come up with a strategy, do a meeting, brainstorm, provide them tax strategies. You can spend 2 hours on that. You can charge $200, $250, get them additional $2,000 tax savings. Why not? And then you can then move into compliance, everything else. Now, not everybody have a stage 2. But some people just want to say, hey, I don't really want to move away from my accountant. I want to know how you can do things better. Great. Let me provide you a tax session showing you what strategy I can do. Let me log into Xero. After you show that, they're paying $250 and they have a high likely chance of using your compliance. I'll give you an example. I recently do some video editing. I've posted to Upwork. I got 28, I think, applicants. And I say, well, why don't you guys go and do a 60 seconds video for my raw material and come back to me. If you're willing to do that, I'll pick the right one. And I think I got 15 video back. And one of the guy goes, we have to pay me some money for me even try to do a video for you because I'm just that good. So he's the only one out of that I paid. And yes, his quality is actually better. So he's the only one that engages. Okay. So often when you do charge a fee, you have a higher chance of signing clients. And then for us, we start doing it. So if you want to have a consult with us, we'll charge a fee, which is down to a free consult. And people expect that they're paying, $200, and then they have a high chance to pay you another $10,000 on the back of it, because what people are paying is how they're appreciating about it in the first place. So that's for you to judge how you wanted to deal that sort of chargeable rate at the beginning of the journey. You have a tax structure. Again, structure, same as tax advisory, structure advisory, similar thing. But the advisory which is another call, right? As you can see on the top. If you providing CFO advisory, if your goal is to get them profit up, you can do a few things. You can running a profit workshop, which I've listed what you do. You can charge either free or something, give them complete profit map. So that's your acquisition engagement product. Very easy to pay, very easy to engage. Okay. Or you can just focus on get you cashed up. Look at financial reporting, KPI reporting support. You can start charging a couple of $1,000s a month. Then you can lead to bookkeeping if you want to. You can either outsource that or do it yourself. I suggest you outsource that if you want to build a highly profitable business. Bookkeeping is great, but it's required time to getting accurate and getting time right on that. Then you got your group business, which is a CFO, and then you got your wealth, you got your compliance on the back. So it's kind of reversed version of that from a profit, cash, to numbers, to grow, and then to compliance later. Okay, that's when you start a call as the advisor piece. Now we've done the offer letter. Again, I'm going to send all this over to you shortly. We're going to have the support system. Now, this is different to everybody. I'm only making up an example, what I think it might be appropriate. You can divide your client into basic, premium, and private. So in the basic, you got your basic customer service, phone and email support. You won't get my support. I might give you some strategy ad hoc. If you've got a scheduled meeting with me, not just call me, but someone else can serve you. And you got a dedicated accountant, obviously. You know, if you're the accountant, obviously you're doing it. If you've got someone else should be doing it. And you got your basic, basic tax return. Okay. And then you've got your premium, which you can do all the ASIC correspondence that you can take out of that, pay for them, whatever that might be. And then your tax planning, payroll tax, strategies, capital tax, FBTs, annual meetings, tax advisors, and you're going to get a dedicated manager level support. Obviously, depends on the size of business. If you don't have a senior accountant managers, then you have to rethink the time that you take. It's still appropriate. You can just repackage that and remove the names. But if you do have a team, you want to segment the support they're going to get, because your partner manager and senior accountant is actually offering at a different rate, as you guys are aware. And then you have your private, you're going to have 3 manual meetings. You can divide it to like tax meetings, a wealth meeting, business advisory meetings, and you give them a general business advisor support, and you're going to introduce the panel of specialists that I have. You have a dedicated partner level support. You have my private mobile access, okay? And you put an investment underneath of those, starting $300, starting $500, starting $1,000 at a different price point, and 3-level support. Okay. If you're just starting out, if it's too complex, just do 2-level support. Okay. What you need to think is how to actually dividing those things to make it more valuable. And when you do design your package, you want to make sure you design a package you want people to sell into a particular core product that you want. For example, if you want to sell people into this product, then you're going to make this product more sexier compared to everything else. And so they can compare, they go, oh, this is only $500, that's $400, that's free, that's $5, but I'm getting this much more. That makes sense. I'm choosing that. So that's the pricing strategies. So which one makes you more profit? You want to pack that in a way, most people choosing that, and the other two as a comparison. Okay. Now we're going to get to satellite service menu. This is all additional thing that you can make money that you probably have not. Okay, on the top, I have the service that we do, the fee that we charge, and who get it done. It doesn't have to be you, by the way. A lot of accountants I work with that they get someone else to do the work, and then you can get a really decent referral. Why not? Okay, obviously you can do structure setup, payroll services. You got mortgage referral, insurance referral, property referral, ATO tax resolutions. ATO tax restructuring debt, anything that you might want to consider. You have one-off services. You can either do them yourself or you can get someone else to do it. But if you have a core offer, which is where you're making the most money, my suggestion are that get all the expertise to do all other work for you and arbitrage getting a referral fee and a profit out of it, as opposed to be you do everything. Now, the difficult thing being an advisor and being expertise businesses is that the more that you learn, the more that you, like a barrister, no one can replace that. The more you learn, the more that you do yourself. Now that's okay if you just want to have a $200,000 or $300,000 lifestyle businesses. Okay. If your goal is to make millions, okay, if your goal is to make millions, you definitely should not try to learn everything and try to providing advice. It feels good. I'm your mortgage broker. It feels good that I can do asset protection. Okay. It feels good, but it's not a model that you can continue to scale, because the most expensive stuff in your business is your energy and your time. So once you build your core where you make money, you should outsource everything else you could and start moving yourself from working in the business, working on the business, operationalize. What I mean by that is optionalize your system and get other people to do the work that plug into the system instead of you doing the work. Okay, so that's more strategic thinking in terms of how to allocate your time, energy, and your service offerings. You got one-off services, estate planning, asset protection, advanced tax planning, business restructures, due diligence, sale of the businesses, financially sign off FBT compliance, Division 7As, ASIC related work, trust resolutions, etc. You can think of probably another 5, 10 different things on top of that. Okay, those things should be a menu on the side, so your client can choose. Obviously, you don't need to mention referral fees, but we have mortgage solutions, insurance solutions, property solutions. Okay, you could make the solutions, make that as a menu, so people know how to access your panel of specialists through referrals and buy a service from you ad hoc. Who get it done? It doesn't have to be you. Okay, and so make sure that if it's who, it's better than you. If it has to be you, that's okay, but it's better to be someone else because you can focus on core. So that is the satellite service menu. So that's me recap. We talk about why do we do offer unbundling. We talked about what we do, and we talk about how to do it, which is build your offer letter, core offer support system, satellite service menu. Okay, so you got your journey, your product, you got your call, you got your satellite. Everything we promise you, you got right in that template. Lastly, homework actions. So how to bring this to life. Step 1, go back and build your offer letter based on my template. Choose your call and satellite. Second, build your support system through the basic, premium, and private. Shuffle the deliverabilities, changing the access to you and your team. Make the price to be good so that you want to know which one you want to sell. Make the price just as good as what, people to choose that particular package. And then if you wanted to offer more the basic, you could. If you want to offer more to the premium, you could. Obviously, you have a less of the private. You don't want to have a lot of it. You want to make that as really, really expensive, okay? Step 3, build a seller service menu, which I give you. You can add more, price it yourself. If you need a referral partnership, reach out. I've got a whole panel. Each one of those products I show you, both advisory, wealth advisory, structured setups. Everything I showed you, we have it in our community, okay? And if you want to have a quick chat, I'll drop a link. You can book a quick call, 15 minutes. We can brainstorm which offer is best for you, what relationship that you want out of all the things that I have displayed for you to give you further help implementation. And then you have implemented a checklist. Now, you should not segment client only based on the current fees, but based on intent. So why? Because the $200 I return could be a $10,000 client if they have a better intent to protect and grow the wealth through structures. All right. They could buy a bucket company, discretion trust, and some asset. Okay. If the property developers try to invest in things that could be using unit trust. And so you could actually make a lot more money, not based on what they're currently paying, but based on the intention where they want to go. Okay. Someone wanted to grow massively the business, so they're willing to pay a lot of money to grow. Some people doing a $5 million business, they don't want to pay you anything because they believe they can do it themselves. They won't pay you a damn. Okay. So you got to figure out psychologically what people willing and intend to do. And based on that, you sell them more stuff, not how rich they are. Generally speaking, the richer they are, the more they can pay, but whether or not they're willing to pay will be another separate issues. So the checklist is going to be website, update your website for better presentation of offer, which I'll give you all the template. CRM system, implement your offer letter into CRM's dashboard so people provide the right support, right people. So they know the color-coded ABC clients and how to provide those services to them. Integrate your product in the beginning of the journey. When you're onboarded, first engagement, set, this is my letter, here where you can buy, and let them know what's being available, okay? Training team to ensure that client have a clear understanding of different offers available to clients, how to communicate with the client at each stages so the client can naturally progress and upgrade. Show and sell more client. Now go back to your database, look at who, which products are for who, and looking at who you should be upgrading them. That's number 5, start making money out of it. And number 6, increase the fees for your C&D client. Show them the value, the reason for increased fees. So if they're not interested, then, obviously they can go, especially your I returns, right? Increase the fees, tell them there's wealth product, don't want to buy, I'm increasing my fees here. So then you play the 80-20 in the hope that you're making more revenue, more profit with less client, more efficient, because there's less cost of delivery, okay?